everybody! Welcome back to my witchy diary. This is Pumpkin and Akira. Hey, my doggy's here. I hope you're all dealing with the heat okay. It's rainy season in Japan. Whenever it's not raining, it's super hot and humid, and there's a ton of mosquitoes around. They always bite me and not my boyfriend. I feel resentment towards him because of that. Anyway, I want to talk about energetic cords and how to cut or remove them, and also toxic relationships or friendships from our lives. While I'm discussing this subject, you guys can watch me sketch and draw out a girl cutting the cords between herself and this disapproving skeleton. Also, please excuse the disgusting, realistic skeleton. It's so not cute, and I threw away that idea. I was trying to get an idea of skeleton anatomy, and it turned out like that. Sorry. Anyway, about energetic cords. If this is your first time hearing about them, or you do know of them but not very much, it's okay. Basically, a cord is an energetic attachment connecting you and something else. So this something can be a person, like your friends, family, your partner, your coworkers. It can be animals, bad habits or addictions, illness, blah blah blah. It can be connecting you to anything that has some sort of an influence on you. So the idea behind this illustration is that the skeleton thinks the girl cannot survive without it and has tried to manipulate her in the past. You can see this through the little poisons and potions and little candies that are scattered around, because kids like candy. I like candy too. Maybe I'm just a big kid. Yeah, that's probably true. There are also sewing supplies, because to me, sewing and crocheting, knitting, etc. are similar to weaving energies, and much like cutting yarn or thread, you can cut and weave these energies. But why cut these cords? Well, maybe you need to rid yourself of feelings toward your old partner after breaking up. I know from experience that it can be pretty painful, and although yes, it does take time to forgive and move on, to forget the pain, sometimes we just kind of want to speed it up, or solve our feelings and move on. Or on another note, maybe they're kind of bothering you in a creepy, obsessed way. You want them to GTFO! Cut away those ties, baby! Get away! Ugh, yuck. Or maybe you have a toxic family member, a friend that kind of betrayed you or manipulated you, and you want to cut those ties to them so you can emotionally distance yourself from them. Or maybe it's just a bad habit that you want to get rid of, like playing on your smartphone too much, like my boyfriend, or smoking. Here's how to do it. The best time for this is the new moon, when banishing things is especially effective, but actually any time is alright. I think I tried it once on the new moon with mixed results. That might just be my fault, but you can also try it on the new moon to see if that affects your results. First, you want to prepare your space for witchcraft, so this is done by physically and energetically cleansing your space. After the cleansing, visualize your space being filled with loving, protective energy to raise the vibrations back up. Then you want to shield your home with a layered shield. So usually I like to do 3, and then you're all set to go. If you don't know how to do this or need a brushing up, there are plenty of other videos and books on how to do it, on cleansing and shielding not only your space but also your own spiritual body. I'll probably make another video on how I personally do mine sometime soon, but for now I just want to talk about cord cutting. Okay, so moving on, you want to close your eyes and visualize yourself. You as a being. Don't think about what or who you are, just see yourself, just floating in space, or if you want, in a white room. Next, visualize the person or thing you want to detach yourself from. It might be a bit harder to imagine a habit or an illness if that's what you need to cut, but just try to conjure an image that best sums up what it is. For example, if you want to cut smoking, then just visualize a box of cigarettes. And again, for a person, don't think about who or what they are. For example, like if it's your boss, don't think about their position. You just want to think of their being. You don't want to think of any external things that make up their outside, unless their like job or school is a really big part of their personality, but I would just avoid it if you can. Next, visualize a chord connecting the two of you. So let your intuition tell you what color it is and its meaning. You'll know by the color, feel, texture, weight, thickness, etc. of the chord of the relationship between you and this thing or person. I've seen like a ton of chords like ribbons of light or like tangible chords, like industrial strength like rope, or even just like flaps of thick fabric that look like pancakes for some reason. It's just really weird. So generally red chords can signify anger or like lust, passion. Green can be of love or friendship. Yellow can also be friendship or admiration, respect. Gold can mean a soulmate, so soulmate can be like friend or lover. There are a wide variety of chord colors and meanings, and you'll just know the meaning intuitively. And maybe there are some special colors in there between you two. Let me know if you see this and what kinds of chords you see, because I'm quite curious about it. Everyone is different, so don't worry if your chords look a little different, whether you see the light or whether you see like actual like ribbons or rope or whatever. Don't worry about it. Just let me know. I'm kind of curious. Before cutting, think about whether or not you're ready to cut this chord. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be permanent unless you decide you do want it to be. But do realize it will change like your energetic relationship for a while, so you might want to think about it. Once you have decided, visualize yourself cutting or removing the cord with scissors or a knife, maybe like an athame that we use in Witchcraft, or by pulling with your hands by the roots. While cutting or pulling, say your goodbyes to this object or person. If it was a good relationship turned sour, for example, you can thank them for the good times and kind of just politely apologize for your differences, then cut the cord. Or if it was a very damaging relationship or habit, you don't need to give any sort of like comment, because this might stir up some like old feelings, and we don't want that, because you want to be calm when you cut the cord. You don't want to be really angry or upset when you do this. So silently just cut the cord and visualize it just floating away into the sea or space. Or if it's kind of hard to cut it, maybe you can ask your spirit guides or deity to help take it. And then you want to like soothe the cut area or like burn up the rest with some healing energy or like some fire energy, whichever you prefer. There's also a good book that I'm reading now called Intuitive Witchcraft by Astrea Taylor that has a streamlined method of cutting cords if you want to check it out. I'm still reading this book, but it's really, really interesting and really similar to the way I practice witchcraft. The way I practice witchcraft is not with many materials. It's more using my mind and like manifesting and wishing. So if you're interested, I will put it in the description and you can look it up. After cutting these cords, I also like to create energy cords of my own to replace the ones lost if I still think the relationship is like worth salvaging. For example, if you want to repair a relationship with your parent, so I'd cut the cords of like anger, like resentment or whatever, and like replace it with ones of love and respect. If you want to do this, just like visualize a colored beam of light, or if it's literally like a rope between you and this person, so my parent, and just connect it between the two of you, like roots kind of forming. On another note, I have always cut my cords with sewing scissors, and I actually didn't realize that pulling might be a gentler option. I didn't know that. So cutting is the more widely known method of doing this energetic removal, but actually you can pull them too, which I didn't know about. I found a lovely YouTube video about it, and it's by a woman named Flora Sage. So if you watch the video, she compares cutting cords to cutting weeds, and if you don't remove it at the root, it's likely to come back, maybe stronger. So you want to like pull it by the roots, she said. It's really interesting video, but again, it depends on personally what you believe, I suppose. I will also leave that link in the description if you want to hear about it. I haven't tried this method yet, but I'm kind of curious to see if it will be more effective, because I've definitely had some successes and failures with this cutting method, but again, that just might be me. Maybe I cut it while I was angry or something. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, yeah, so maybe I'll try it out before the next video and I'll let you know my results. Anyway, this has been sort of a long video, so I'm cutting it into 2 parts. In part 2, I'll talk about my personal experiences and experimentation with the cutting. So I'll talk about like, oh, okay, I tried this with a parent. Oh, I tried this with my ex-boyfriend. Crushes and exes. Ooh, the tea. Yeah, and also the ethics of cord cutting. Because yes, I was a bad girl, and I tried to like cut the cords between 2 other people without their consent. So if you practice witchcraft regularly, you think that, oh my gosh, yeah, practicing on someone else without their consent usually doesn't give a really good result. And yeah, I would say I had like mixed results. I don't know. I don't even know if I saw their cord properly. Maybe it was just me projecting my ideas and bias onto their relationship. So yeah, don't do that unless they like come to you like, hey, please help me, I don't know, with your magic witchcraft, whatever. Okay, anyways, I promise to spill the tea in part 2. Love you guys. I hope you stay cool in the icky weather and stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next Witchy Diary. Bye bye.